Lords and ladies, welcome back to MyStreet, 5 years later, with your host, Jacob Butter. Yeah, another late start to a stream, but this time it actually wasn't my fault, because it was all to do with the fact that I had to schedule the premiere and the stream for the exact same time, because Walking Wednesday didn't export in time, and I could only process. I have only enough storage space to have a few downloaded files at a time, which means I couldn't deal with the things at once. And Walking Wednesday was so long this time, which now that I say it out loud, yeah, it is my fault. I rambled for too long in that one. Oh well. I tried, and while all that was going on, actually, silver lining is my dad brought me tea. just a random occurrence ever since starting the whole remake process and everything. Occasionally that's been happening. So yeah, that I get to do my Levi drink with an actual cup of tea this time. So yeah, figurative Levi drink to my dad, because I've got to save that, because undoubtedly we're going to get some good quality material in this episode that's all about the downfall of Jenny and Aaron's incredibly awful relationship. You know, that's just how things go, isn't it? So with that being said, I have promised two people individually that they would join this before. The first one was Ghosty, who is just here for any red flags that occur. So welcome, Ghosty. The other one is, of course, our usual guest, Aiden DeBest.
Hello. I am wearing my Aaron Lycan jacket, even though it wasn't made by the time videos came out, but it will be made in a few months' time. Like 5 years ago.
It will be made in a few months' time. 5 years ago.
Yes.
Only on like the internet will that sentence make sense because of how time travel works on here.
Yes.
If anything, we dabbled in time travel on a regular basis. It's weird to think about it that way. Yeah, which by the way, you had to put on the Aaron hoodie like right as I finally changed out of the Zane one because it got wet in the rain.
Oh, that's a bit of a shame. You can't be Zane, even though Zane doesn't wear this hoodie.
It was the rain that wasn't today. It was a different rain. Because it's Britain. We get that a lot.
You know, Zane doesn't wear that hoodie till like season 3 and 4. Which, okay, minor complaint I have about like how season 4 is designed for Zane. They reused season 3's design. I'm sorry, season 4. I still love you, but come on, man. Why would you reuse the same design? It's a great jacket design. It's a great hoodie. It's a good design. But why would you reuse it for another season in a row?
I personally prefer reusing an old design to making a Lycan family crest whilst one is a fugitive, just to sell the very shirt that the very hoodie that you're wearing currently.
Well, you see, wearing a red flag is fine for Aaron, apparently.
Well, speaking of that, he's in luck because today he's going to get rid of one of his own red flags.
Also, one thing I will say about this jacket, that
was my
like
segue.
General judgment. I'm going to give Jack a review real quick. I like this jacket. It's made out of a nice material. That being said, it isn't as accurate to the show. I know aphmau made a second version, which is more accurate to the show. But for starters, like the hood isn't black, it's red. And also, both versions of the Lycan hoodie have long sleeves. Not that I'm complaining, I like long sleeve jackets, but like at the same time, the actual Lycan hoodie from the series has short sleeves.
I didn't have that issue. My biggest inaccuracy was that one time that Kawaii-chan promoted the hoodie, saying she stole her boyfriend's hoodie when they never confirmed they were dating. But I guess there we go.
Well, I guess we'll never confirm if they're dating or not, because aphmau probably is never going back to MyStreet.
Oh wait, actually, hold on. I just rewatched the Uno story episode where like Kawaii-chan, Moika really confirms that was what was said and that was what was discussed. That they do. I guess maybe they confirm their relationship somewhere in between seasons 5 and 6. They're like, you know what? We're probably gonna die soon. Let's just date.
Okay. Oh, so Aiden?
Yes.
You're actually wrong about that. Because based on news that we've gotten recently, they're finding a new voice for Kenme.
Yeah,
Oh.
where are they applying for that?
Wait.
Because
Where did this
I've been
news
doing a
come
Ross
from? I need to
impression
know
for
now.
ages. Oh, that was
I
from that. Remember that thing that you told me about, where they where everyone's voice was the same in that one clip, but just except for Kenma's, as would use and was clearly used as a demo. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
want to find where
because
they're auditioning people. I've been working on my Ross impression for years.
yeah. I mean, it would be better than the Daniel, the other person that got to voice Daniel in season 6. Like, listen, he did a fine job.
He
But
sounded
it could have been
more like
better.
he
Could have been
sounded a
better.
bit more like Harvey than he did Daniel, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
like
Like, I don't know. I mean,
Because I
also
can confirm, as the voice of Harvey, there's a different register, the different placement than Daniel is.
I was about to
I mean,
say,
one's way more nasally, and the other one is really breathy. Yeah.
Aiden,
Yeah.
speaking of, you know that thing you sent Jacob? That
what thing? I sent him a lot of things.
This is true.
the video where Kenma's voice is cut out?
Oh yeah, that. Where it's like, I don't know. I don't know how to imitate.
Like
Who was
That's what I meant.
usually when looking for voice actors, you take a scene from the show and cut their voice out. So only the voice from the pre-production remains.
Oh.
And then as, new things come in, you just replace it, see how the voice fits with the situation, character, and audition, and move on to the next candidate, probably.
Actually, wait, that makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Oh my god. I don't know much about actual production. I mean, I know how to do my own production, but not the official way to do production.
Well, don't worry, Aiden, because whenever I tend to try to send people like the original clips and things for people to listen to, half the
They
time
don't listen.
They just don't watch the scene. It's like, I sent you that scene,
It's
timestamped
especially-
the exact lines,
Like, here's
so
the
that you
thing.
could
It's
then find a way
especially
to
bad-
imitate the
It's
person.
bad with
originally.
Mrs. Dysart out of all characters. Like, when they were auditioning for Mrs. Dysart, they make her sound like a normal woman. Like, the point of her character is meant to be crazy.
Yeah, I'll say this. When Blackjack said that she had reservations about like big shoes to fill and everything, going
she
into
felt 'em.
Mrs. Dysart. No, as in like I was that actually in a really twisted way that actually kind of like relaxed me a bit, because that said to me that she knew what the character, what involved in making the character sound like the original person. That was that to me was like, okay, all right, so someone actually gets it. Okay, fair enough.
Yes. Okay, and also, like, one thing I will say about aphmau's newer videos, she recently brought back Pat, Jason, and Lizzie, even
That's
though...
Jason Lord, by the way, for anyone
Yeah.
watching in the chat.
Yeah, even though I do have some gripes with the way Caitlyn was in that episode. I mean, she was fine. Like, Lizzie slept into the role decently, but I hated how I looked at the description. Lizzie wasn't credited. I don't...
Huh.
If Lizzie voluntarily said, "Hey, you don't need to credit me,"
Oversight. I think
it better be oversight, or Lizzie better have said, "Hey, you don't need to credit me." But if she wanted to be credited and they forgot to credit her, shame.
I really don't think that considering that she's been credited in like everything else, I highly doubt that in this situation it's like, you know what, fine, I'll come back to Caitlyn again, but you better not mention my name anywhere, despite the fact that everyone recognizes it anyway. I want to be...
Yeah, I know, but
anonymous.
here's the weird part. Like,
No.
Xenix was very briefly in the episode. Like, I think Xenix had a line. He was like an A scene in the episode, and Jason got credited.
Yes, it was very
Jason of all people got
Like,
credited for barely doing anything, but like Lizzie was in like 3 scenes in the episode.
Like, Aiden, it could have been a production oversight.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that happened.
You're working with a large team.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. I know that I've ended up slipping up a few times and forgetting to credit one person, which usually means that I'll just, someone will message me like, oh, whoops, okay, in you go. It's usually just just like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be as thorough as I want and try to catalog all of the music and everything, but eventually I'm gonna run into some, oversights.
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, I think that at least bringing Lizzie back, be like, that's one thing I was kind of confused about. Be like, Lizzie was in all the older mini games, I was confused why Lizzie wasn't brought back sooner. Like that was
Actually,
one thing I
well-
was wondering. Of all people, like why wasn't Lizzie the one contacted?
Yeah, as far
Maybe
as
she
far as
was
I was involved, she
contacted?
was never involved in any of the exoduses. Exoduses or exodi? I'm not sure.
Like-
Exodai.
Thank
she
you.
she probably got other work. As
True, I
I've
think
noticed-
she voice acts in anime.
Like when you are like someone who voice acts on commission for things, there's often other bigger jobs that require attention.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say, good luck getting Kagi back. He's he's doing like 9 things at the moment.
Who's Kagi?
Alejandro Saab.
The voice of
you know,
Jean.
Yes.
What? Gene has been back for ages. He's been in a lot more videos than Lizzie.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
no.
he recently ended his channel, like is that like Kagi Films the channel, because of everything that's been going on in his life up to now. So who knows?
No, Gene's been in a lot of stuff recently. He was even in the most recent aphmau episode as Gene.
Oh right, the one that was that's used the faster car theme song whilst playing Phoenix Drop High, which is just tonal whiplash. But okay.
One. Phoenix Drop High never actually had a theme though. Like Phoenix Drop High had a pseudo theme or a pseudo stinger. It was like din 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 din. You know that played in front of Lost Phoenix Drop High season 2.
I would argue that you'll always be the one. I'd say that you'll always be the one is the closest thing that Phoenix Drop High had to a theme song.
However, I'm still looking for a theme song for Monster Compendium because I can't find anything non-copyright that fits.
Yeah, I will listen to those things. Like I listened to the first part of the example. I will get to that. It's just I have literally not had the time because I did a 45-minute Walking Wednesday.
Yeah, I know. I've just been listening to like several different music samples and working on the thing I sent in the other Discord chat.
Yeah.
A video that is coming out that is taking a really long time.
Yeah, speaking of things that are taking a very long time, we should actually start the episode.
Yeah, because we're
Yes.
16 minutes in and we're just kind of looking at the first.
Well, hey,
We reviewed a piece of clothing.
We
What are you
reviewed a
doing?
piece
At
of
least
clothing.
we're on topic, you know? It could be worse. We could be talking about random stuff.
I mean,
It was all
okay,
aphmau
yes.
related.
It was all aphmau related. I do appreciate that more than, whatever Maya and BB end up prattling on about for hours. Anyways,
Let's get on with the review.
Without
Exactly,
further
without
ado,
further
on with
ado.
the review.
Okay, yeah, you got it. Okay, let's go.
Ah, look, it's the abusive father.
We're in the abusive father's office. What are you doing,
Looking
old
through
man?
the abusive
Something
files.
about these
What? Rule of 3, I had to add to that.
reports doesn't make sense. According to multiple agents, Aaron is still meeting
Actually,
Oh wow, I was kidding. Those are actually abusive files. I thought it was just right. Okay, great. Okay.
with friends, yet he has not asked for any money.
Didn't you cut him off in the previous episode? Why would he ask you for money?
Also, there are ways to hang out with your friends that don't include money.
Very true.
For instance, I play games with my friends on Discord all the time. That doesn't involve money unless I need to actually buy the game.
I was about to say, it depends on the game
But
you're
even
playing.
then,
I mean,
my
there are
friends are
microtransactions, to be fair.
like, even then, my friends have been addicted to Roblox lately, and that doesn't, include anything. The Robux are optional.
Can you imagine if Aaron just got really into loot boxes and that was what gave him away as he's as like maxing out his dad's credit card? See, this was made before like a lot of the microtransactions we see today. Otherwise, if we ignore the time-space continuum for a second, imagine if he just goes like, Aaron, why have you bought like every skin on Fortnite? Please, what is? I told you, no video games. You can't
Actually-
pretend.
I don't know if loot boxes were even a thing like at this time
I know.
period.
I said if we ignore the time-space continuum, I
Yeah.
set up that joke on purpose for that.
Also,
Moving on.
Jacob, Fortnite fact here, you can actually, unlink your account from your email and sell it on eBay for a lot of money if you have, skins, contraband emotes.
Yeah, but he would still. But Derek would still get the credit card details from that.
Yeah.
Wait, but I need to mention something real quick though.
Oh, look, Agent. Oh, okay.
This is just a past thing that happened, but Aaron was dumb by keeping the movie ticket.
That
Like,
is true. Yes,
that
he was
was-
Like, why
dumb for
would
hiding
you
the
keep
picture.
and put up the movie ticket? Like, it's one thing
He
keeping a
hid the
picture of
picture
your
under.
friend.
He hid the picture of the red under his bed after explicit advice not to keep it there. And what happened last episode? Xavier found it. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
at
I just feel like
least-
Aaron could be very stupid in this series.
Like, at
Yes.
least keep your important items, like, stacked away under your underwear or something, in your unmentionables drawer.
I was about to say that's
That
one
way
place Xavier
people-
will not want to rifle through.
Yes,
I don't know.
unless
I mean, there's some very creeps out there who'd want to go through Aaron's underwear. Jenny
Yes,
would probably
Xavier
do that.
isn't one of them.
Jenny
Me?
would want to. Jenny would want to go through his
would
underwear.
not. He at least wouldn't go through that part of Aaron. He's not that invasive. He's invasive, but there's a certain limit even Xavier has.
Meanwhile, I'm going to put down my Coke can and look behind me at the entirety of the aphmau fandom.
Oh,
Oh yeah, they would also want to go through that Aaron's underwear. Oh no.
We both know the answer there.
Ugh. But this really is a Minecraft anime.
Agent R's report states he's been docile and inactive.
Which I can tell without opening his folder.
They probably didn't want.
To animate that, yes.
Xavier's file confirms Agent R's observations as well.
He's just reading like the top corner of the paper that's sticking out.
These reports are not adding up.
Give me one more time.
The logo is still bad though. What is that color scheme? Or
Don't worry,
purple,
you only have to
orange,
see it
yellow.
one more time, Aiden, and never again.
Okay. Do
you want to talk about the logo again?
No, I'm not
Covered
gonna
it in the
talk
first
about the
episode.
logo. I'm talking about how you totally called that abusive files thing. It was supposed to be a rule of 3 joke.
Yeah, I know.
But then-
I keep predicting things. It's been a while. I went for like a dry patch until yesterday, and now I'm back to being psychic again.
Yes, I have files after files about how my son is doing.
Can you imagine like somebody like his secretary just ends up going through his files, like uses the wrong cabinet by accident just to, go through like actual company reports. It's like, why on earth do I need to know information about Aaron? Okay.
Why has Aaron brought 15 tubes of toothpaste within the last 3 months?
What?
That's a
Look,
very
he
good
likes the
question. Do
taste.
Ultimates
He
have
likes the
massive
taste.
fangs?
He likes the taste.
Ooh, well, don't you look suave today?
Yes, in typical aphmau fashion, she changes the outfits only within like the penultimate episodes.
Oh no, I hate it. I hate how during this series, like, look, okay, I don't mind the black jacket. I think the texturing on it is terrible. I'm sorry, but
You
you
would have
just
bought that
dragged
jacket
the
anyway if
you
it was
have
available.
okay, maybe, but we don't talk about them. But like
wouldn't
the
have-
right now.
the texturing is terrible. It's like you grabbed the black texture tool and just dragged it across the skin. That's not how you texture. I get it. Texturing the color black is hard. I have made skins with black hair and stuff like that. It is hard because you don't want to go too far into gray. I understand that. But this isn't the solution. The texture tool isn't a solution. It ain't never a solution. And why
I
bring
can
it
see-
back now? Like,
I can see
listen.
very vague squares. I can. Oh, what? Oh, I guess maybe because we're wrapping things up. So back to origins. I don't know.
What is
It
that
wasn't
supposed to
even
mean?
origins. He started in I love the red outfit though. The red outfit was beautifully textured. The red outfit is beautiful. And we're stuck with this BS for 2 episodes. During the finale next episode. BS.
Let it be known that one of the worst things to come out of these penultimate episodes is Aaron's choice of clothing.
Like,
know.
it isn't the only
looks-
worst thing.
No, I know. I'm very aware that's not going to hold the test of
Good on
time
ya.
for a second. Well, aphmau thinks it's good.
Thanks.
Are you?
That's
Well, I
because
have no taste.
Aphmau has no taste. Yeah, look at what she's wearing.
I mean, I think her outfit's cute, but you know.
I was going to say, Aaron's had worse looks. Remember when he was shirtless for a season?
My pre-calc final?
Yeah.
If I
I
wasn't,
never really
then why
liked
would-
Aaron shirtless. I'm gonna be honest. Like, listen, as a connoisseur of men, and you know, I just think.
Connoisseur of men.
Listen,
I've never heard someone say that
You're a
before.
connoisseur of men, and I am an expertise on fine women.
Exactly. You know, I don't know if Jacob's an expert on men or women, but you know, maybe he is.
By this analogy, I guess I would have to say women just to make that work, make sense.
But like, listen, I don't know. Like, I mean, I feel like in real life, if a man was walking around and had like abs and stuff, like, yeah, that'd be attractive. Don't get me wrong, but also no, I don't know. I just don't like it as a
Squiffles.
character choice. Yeah, squiffles. Yeah, we don't want squiffles.
Ugh.
It traumatized
Would I be
aphmau
here?
with squiffles.
Yeah.
Ooh, snappy today, aren't ya?
No, I didn't mean for it to come off like that.
Why are you apologizing? You know I'm not gonna take it the wrong way.
I know. It's just...
I actually missed this line. Can we go back? What did she take the wrong way? I actually don't remember. Hold on. Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Ooh, well, don't you look suave today?
What is that supposed to mean?
The jacket. It looks good on ya.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Are you sure about helping me with my pre-calc final?
If I wasn't, then why would I be here?
Ooh, snappy today, aren't ya?
Oh, okay. I see that. Yeah.
No, I didn't mean for it to come off like that.
Why are you apologizing? You know I'm not gonna take it the wrong way.
I know. It's just...
What's up?
nothing.
Okay. Nice panning shots. Do appreciate that.
Who smells her? She's
I
coming.
guess Aaron's eyes have a zoom feature.
I didn't know Aaron had
I'm okay.
Optifine.
That's comes with the Ultima genes.
Hey?
My ears got cold. That's all.
Ah, but which ears? Ooh, werewolf. No, I'm kidding.
What are you doing?
You don't got a fever or anything.
Huh?
I don't know. Something about you seems off.
You seem much more red than usual, especially with the content of my hand upon your forehead. Is there something wrong?
Got up on the wrong side of the bed. That's all.
Ooh, I see.
Actually, no, he got up at the wrong side of the Jenny.
Uh,
Well, let's start your day.
the idea of those two sharing a bed is too dire to contemplate. I say as that I too look back at the aphmau fandom. Actually, they agree this time. Never mind.
off right.
Huh?
With coffee.
Wait,
There's always got to be someone who's obsessed with coffee. If Luca's not in the scene, it's got to fall to another character.
didn't you used to?
aphmau could have just done like a whole sponsorship based on coffee with this whole series. Would have been the best deal of her entire career.
I've acquired quite a taste for it since. Oh, Irene, I've turned into Luca.
Give it time.
Like,
It can't
you
be
want to
helped.
know what I thought would have been a nice touch?
Go on.
aphmau has a, like... Luca's personality is sweet, but I'd say aphmau's is sweeter. It would be, like, a fun decision if instead of getting addicted to coffee, aphmau got into energy drinks.
I can see that because I'm pretty sure we've seen aphmau before on a sugar rush in a previous episode. So we know that Jess can pull off that performance and make it funny. So yeah.
But I only like certain kinds of coffee.
Uh-huh.
But seriously,
She's that
Yeah.
she's that one person at the cafe who orders a caramel frap with extra pumps of caffeine.
Extra pumps of caffeine. I now have an image of them like just having like caffeine in like a powder or something. Just be like, okay, yep, there you go. Bit of an extra bit straight from the bean itself.
so grab some. I'm sure it'll at least put you in a good mood, even for a bit.
Sure, I'm down. But you're not trying to procrastinate studying for your finals, are you?
What? Me? Nah.
Actually, if you think about it, the cafe would be a brilliant place to study.
Yeah, coffee, caffeine is a stimulant, so it does help with, academic progress.
That
And
is,
creative.
yeah.
Trust me, after we get coffee, we'll go and study.
That's
Promise.
why when I'm editing a video, I'm usually, chugging down Coca-Colas like it's New Tuesday.
Oh, okay, that just sounds like MatPat's Diet Coke obsession.
All right.
MatPat's Diet Coke obsession, except I have
Oh.
an actual problem.
Also, did you say New Tuesday?
Yes!
What? Okay.
It's an expression I use. I heard it from my grandma, and I've been using it ever since.
I see.
Now that he's out of Dodge, he took the hood off.
Yep. Jenny and Kathy really took a while to turn around that corner, didn't they?
I don't know, they were probably talking about how much Jenny has been obsessed with Aaron lately. And how it's
Potentially.
probably not too healthy.
And how it's totally not a good idea to keep, to keep on with him and everything because it's Kathy talking to her and all that stuff. You know what I would love if, like, in this scene, that Jenny and Kathy notice that Aaron is in the coffee shop, but they don't know that he's with aphmau because she's too short to be seen through the window. Can you imagine that show? Yeah, I do see what Aiden was saying. Considering that his hair is black, it just seemed like the texture of his hair just disappeared when the hood was applied.
Stop
What is
turning
going
to
on?
Stop turning to look at him and just talk to him.
Is that meant to simulate a conversation? Because just like there's like Jess forgot to put the audio in. Or whoever
No,
entered this
it's-
video.
Probably. But as far as I see it, it's just aphmau turning to look at Aaron a total
So if you add those two
of 3 to 5 times.
Yeah.
Together, then what do you get?
Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
I swear, if you're writing...
80081.
Give me that! Haven't changed a bit, have you?
I'm sorry, Aaron, but you really lost me around the 6. I just didn't want to interrupt you because I was upset about not knowing it.
There's nothing to be upset about, but next time you should let me know so I can explain better.
Alright, I'll do that.
Good. Now, you just have to add these two together and then...
I don't know why, but I just had a flashback in my mind to Aaron and aphmau going through like Lord knowledge and like I just felt just like this. I don't know why.
And with that, you should be good.
Awesome! Thank you so much, Aaron.
My pleasure.
Oh, I just realized the cat stockings are back. Classic look. Or whether there's one there, but they're the whole time I just didn't notice. Unlike Garth, I don't stare at aphmau's legs for no reason. You know what would have been fun, actually? If we had at some point before this episode, we had a montage of these two trying to hang out together, but for different reasons. You know, the whole hussy thing and the agents thing. They both like are trying to find somewhere private, and every time they arrive at one place, one of the people that one of them is trying to avoid appears. So we just alternate like that. That could have been a fun episode. You know, I can even see the title. I just want to be alone with her. Episode blah blah blah.
Like, there's a lot of missed opportunities this season.
Yeah, I could have said that was an Xavier episode for certain.
This should have had a season 2. This should have had 2 seasons. One where Kathy was the main villain, and
Yep.
one where, whatever his face is the main villain.
Xavier, yes.
Because I don't like the fact that they squish two antagonists in the same series. It ruins everything.
Mm-hmm.
Really wanted to talk to you about your hoodie.
Aph, there you are.
Huh?
I was trying to look for you everywhere.
Weird he didn't address Aaron first, considering they just cover as childhood friends, but
I
alright.
really should have gotten your number.
Ha, Xavier. Good to see ya. How's your shin?
What is this music in the background? I'm wondering
Still
about
a
this.
little sore, but it's doing much better.
Uh-huh.
Say, Aph, I was wondering if
I'm sorry
you
I kicked you in the shins.
Oh yeah, because he like had to do the whole feigned injury and stuff, and yeah. Oh, incidentally, someone. Wait. Oh, okay. I just got like a few messages from Maya 2.0. One of them said abuse fake. Like I thought it was reference to the stream, but no, irrelevant. Anyway.
wanted to catch that cup of coffee we were talking about the other day.
Ha! You're too late. I just got some.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Huh?
I promised him a cup for the damaged shin.
Oh well, tea's better.
I felt bad.
Ah, a pity cup.
I'll take whatever I can get.
We know you
Is
will.
now a good time?
I mean, sure, I don't see why not. We just got done studying.
I don't see why not. I can have another coffee. I don't have a problem.
You want to tag along?
I mean, we just
Like,
got...
maybe aphmau should start drinking tea instead. It's better for you.
Uh-huh.
coffee, but I'm down.
And I'm not just saying that because she's had probably 2 cups of coffee within the last hour.
I was about to have a third, yeah. Oh my word, I just saw Agent R waving in the background. He's like that one extra who knows if the camera's on them and just like does does whatever he can to draw attention. That was actually me one time when I was an extra, but we don't talk about that.
What?
You down?
On second thought, there's something I need to take care of first. But I'll meet you there. Okay?
Okay, sure. Let me get my things.
Leave her out of this.
No promises.
Sorry to call you in like that, kid.
Everything okay?
You know, for a situation that wasn't very subtle, but whatever.
Your father is on campus.
You gotta love how, even to this day, Derek's mere presence makes Aaron angrier than anything that anyone else has done this series so far, even Xavier. Which, again, just adds to the fact that he just took such a massive misdirection.
What are you doing here?
I have business in town. But not only that, I've received multiple reports about your behavior.
What did I do now?
I mean, what else is new? You receive reports on a regular, that's how it works.
You're hanging around people. To make matters worse, you're doing it without your bandana on. I thought taking away your monetary privileges would be enough to keep you away from others.
I thought taking away your monetary privileges would mean that you would ask me for money, as established in the previous scene when I was confused by the fact that you hadn't done so. You know, because that's how that works.
But that doesn't seem to be the end of it. Aaron, if you don't shape up, there are going to be consequences.
And if you don't stop being a terrible father, the fandom is
No
going
context.
to hate you.
Oh, well, you know. He said, no, it's fine. It won't be long before it becomes a relic of a bygone era.
No anything. Why does he treat me this way?
Derek didn't give anyone a warning that he was coming. What is he up to?
Well, he's trained to suspect lichens. I guess that's what you get.
Fascinating. Studying for a pre-calc exam?
I love how she says we just got done studying, but now she's like studying again while staying out with Xavier.
If you say so, but I don't see why.
Well, the struggle is fascinating, don't you think?
Yes, it really shows the futility of the modern student. What on earth is he talking about?
Maybe when you're the one who's watching the struggle.
He's trying to be charming, but it kind of reads as creepy.
I
here.
haven't heard such a bad pickup line since you're cute is cute that you're so cute by one Dante.
From afar, yes.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, this is the reason that Hermione Granger broke up with Victor Crumb, by the way. All he did was watch her study.
tell me, Aph, what is your relationship to Aaron?
If you couldn't tell, we're friends.
Friends keep pictures of other friends under their beds?
Huh?
Oh, nothing.
If he'd said that out loud, imagine how freaked out aphmau would have been if she'd heard that sentence.
It's just you.
It's a good thing that no one has any sense of any, like, hearing.
Well,
beyond-
you see, characters know how to hear normally, only when it suits the situation.
Yeah.
The two seem rather close, that's all.
Well, we are.
Really? In what
Creepy.
ways?
I'm glad what happens to you in this episode happens, because you're being creepy.
Uh-huh.
What's your relationship to Aaron?
Huh?
You said you were a good friend of his. How long have you known Aaron?
Oh, simple. I've known him since we were kids, so we're pretty much childhood friends.
Well, you know, I've known Aaron since my childhood. That partially counts.
What?
Uh-huh. Sure. Anyway, I'm gonna leave now. It was great to have coffee with you. Bye-bye.
Don't leave your book. Oh, well, you're gonna
Yeah.
get the book later.
Hey, don't leave your book or your coffee.
She could see through that lie.
Wow. I wonder how she managed to detect that. Maybe I just suck.
Oh, there's a really satisfying moment that comes up next.
I know you've told me about this off screen, and you've anticipated it several times. Yes. Again, this episode's called The Breakup, right? We've barely seen Jenny. This happened again. The episode with Xavier's plan, the title, had more Jenny in it, and the episode with to do with Jenny, with her in the thumbnail, has more Xavier. How? Why?
Oh, we've seen Jenny a handful of times, but she was mostly, you know, wandering around doing her own bad thing.
Yeah, and in the background. Yeah, about as far away from as Aaron is right now. That was the ultimate eye sound effect coming from Xavier. Interesting choice.
It's either an interesting choice or a mistake.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
Nothing personal, just trying to
Bite
prove
him.
something.
Nothing personal, kid. Knocks her out.
Go away.
Bite him.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said bite him for a second. I was like, she's not a werewolf yet.
That's what I said.
Well, she can't even
Like-
turn people into werewolves.
Like, even then, she can still bite him out of self-defense.
I mean, I'm pretty sure one version of aphmau, one story does do that. No, wait, it was in Void Paradox. Basically, like the evil version of Lawrence got her, and then like that version of the aphmau just starts biting his arm and he lets go of her.
Well, yeah, that's because biting in self-defense is actually a valid tactic.
Yeah, I mean, even Goku did that against Frieza one time.
Xavier!
Right on time.
Imagine if okay, this I paused at just the right moment. I didn't mean for it to pause like in this particular frame, but I guess this is happening now.
Yeah.
I was going to say how
Kick him
funny
in
it
the
would
balls.
be. I was going to say how fun it would be if Gareth showed up here, but yeah, okay, right.
No, aphmau's a strong, independent woman who could kick anyone's butt.
Well, we can kick something of anyone's.
Yeah. To be fair, she was in a potentially dangerous situation because, like, she didn't know what he was reaching for in his pocket, so he could have been reaching for, like, a knife or a weapon to, like,
Very
hurt
true,
her
yeah.
more. So, like, if she didn't do
That's
that,
what
she
I
could have
mean.
been in worse danger. Obviously, it's just a camera,
Like-
we know, but, you know, she didn't know that.
I was going to
That's
say,
one thing my parents taught me when teaching me self-defense, to go for the intimate areas because it'll hurt more and give you enough time to book it if needed.
I feel like that makes perfect sense, yeah.
Just
Low blow, I know. But
Yes, literally a low blow. We get it.
How was I supposed to know he was gonna pull out a camera?
Don't blame you.
Plus,
He's just like, just proving a point, nothing personal. But first, let me take a selfie. What was his plan? Oh wait, he wanted Aaron to turn to have his eyes flash in the exact moment that he took the photo. Of course, because Xavier is just the best at plans.
Like,
Best at plans
also,
since Starlight, any of them.
I have a question. Why did he have a camcorder when people
Yeah.
out here walking with smartphones?
Why didn't he use like take out his cell
Well,
phone?
We did compliment somebody for using like appropriate technology of the time in a previous episode, so at least
I
Xavier's...
know, but here it seems a little strange.
Yeah, just based on all the other time-breaking moments, why not break time again? Yeah, that's the issue with them.
this dude just lied to my face about knowing you since childhood and just... Ugh.
Glad someone else sees him for who he is.
Mind walking back with me?
Sure.
I'm surprised aphmau doesn't question him more why he let Xavier keep up the lies, though. Because Aaron just kind of
Oh,
let
you mean
it
the
happen.
future? You mean the future? Because obviously
Yeah.
right now she doesn't know it's a lie, but yeah.
Serves him right.
I was gonna say, and like this scene brought to you by the 90s. I could just imagine Agent R behind the behind the bushes going, score. Bring up the full Kevin McAllister. Also, that camera looks like it's more like an inhaler.
Thanks for walking back with me.
No problem. After that, I don't know anyone who'd want to walk alone.
Yeah. Ugh. Huh? Tara?
I thought it was gonna be Tara that was like over the other way, but fair enough.
Is she holding her smartphone?
Yeah.
aphmau also has a smartphone.
Huh? Okay,
Actor.
that's it.
Hmm?
What's with the hoodie suddenly being up at random moments?
Oh, what do you mean?
I'm avoiding my girlfriend. It's perfectly normal.
I mean, I can understand if your ears are really bothering you.
God, that'd be amazing if Monet just showed up in the stream unannounced right now and I just did this. Oh well.
In that case, wouldn't your hoodie be up all the time? But you're just acting weird when you do it. You look like you're off in the distance, and then... What's going on, Aaron?
There's something I want to get off my chest.
Wow. So, you have a pretend girlfriend?
No, nothing,
Yes.
there's nothing pretend about it. It's not
No.
Jonathan Lawrence pretend. No, this actually happened.
It's
Essentially.
a real girlfriend eventually,
Uh-huh.
unfortunately. Yeah.
What the... Why?
Uh-huh.
Do you like her?
Well,
Well, I put my hoodie up around her at all times. You do the math.
No.
Then, why are you stringing her along?
it just happened so fast, and
Because
every time I
she
try to bring
can't
it...
handle rejection, and every time I try to bring up any problems in a relationship, she immediately starts to cry and be like, "You don't like me? How could you?"
Granted, that's
Me!"
true. Granted, that is the case. That is accurate in this sense. But
Ugh.
I don't want her to take it like that.
You know?
Get up, she deflects the conversation.
So, you've been hiding in your hood every time she passes by?
No, every time she's in my field of vision, even including my zoom feature.
Aaron, I don't think you're the caged bird you think you are.
He kind of is, because, abusive
Yeah.
dad holds money
She isn't-
over his head, and
She doesn't know
Yeah.
Free
that.
to have your own opinions, your own desires, and your own wants. If you can't find someone who can respect that, or at least work with them through problems, then why be with them?
This is when the fan fiction side takes over, and Aaron's like, "You're right. If I want something, I just have to go for it." And then he grabs aphmau by both arms, pulls her in, looks her in the eyes, and smooches her. I don't know. And then we roll credits, because that's when the movie ends. Brought to you by Wattpad Studios.
You're the one who told me. Sometimes you gotta do what's best for you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Then maybe it's time you do that for yourself.
She's right.
I'll let you think that over for yourself.
I guess this is, the contribution that aphmau offers now towards the end of the series, rather than resolving her own plot first.
She doesn't
But
even resolve
that's
her
just-
own plot. It just kind
That's
of.
what I said,
disappears.
rather than.
It's my advice.
I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks again for helping me today.
Don't sweat it. See you later, F. Okay?
See ya, Aaron.
Why did he throw a line to his shoulder?
The breakup scene.
In the episode called The Breakup. Finally, we got here.
How long is it till the end of the video?
Again, Bruce was give me timestamps, but I'd say we're about a quarter left to go.
Wait up! There you are, Sugar. I've been looking for you all day.
She's so weird about her relationship. She's like, there you are, sugar. Hee 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 hee. Like, anything normal about it? I'm bullying this yandere girl. She's weird.
I was gonna say I can't exactly falter because I've been cringe in some of my relationships the same as in a similar fashion, but without the red flags.
Yeah. Although there were red flags with the people you were dating, unfortunately.
Yes, I'm more the one who doesn't
Yeah.
see them rather than the one who gives them off. At least I hope, anyway. I
don't think you gave any red flags.
I was gonna say not really for me to say that, but I like to think that's not the case.
We need to talk.
Oh, we should study for finals together since we have some classes, and
I think we should break up.
Yay! Levi drink to Aaron.
Finally. Although you could have Levi drinked when aphmau kicked Xavier in the balls. That was also a good moment to kick.
Okay, fine, but
Listen.
yeah,
I like that moment a lot.
I
Kick him in the balls.
understand. I understand you do. Fine, you know what? Figurative Levi drink for the aphmau and Xavier ball kicking scene. Great. And also one for the advice that aphmau gave before she actually did something.
Like, this video is full of Levi drink moments.
Yeah, which is interesting considering, how late of the series it is, considering like the way that it ends.
Jenny.
I will say, it's interesting that, Jenny's fears are almost, in a weird way, confirmed here. That it is, in a sense, because of aphmau that this breakup ends up happening, but not in the way that she thought. It's not that aphmau is driving a wedge between them. It's that she's actually,
she's driving the
being
wedge
sensible.
between them.
She's being sensible. She's not the other woman. She's a concerned friend.
Look, I don't appreciate this relationship, if you even call it that.
what do you mean? This wasn't a relationship to you?
No, it wasn't.
What?
I didn't appreciate you didn't let me answer when you asked me. I wanted to make friends.
What do you mean you didn't let? What? You said yes. You did answer. That was an answer. What are you talking about?
And I was afraid to.
You don't love me?
Okay,
Again, and we're jumping to freaking love. No,
We're
you don't
bringing it-
like
hold
me.
on. Wait a minute. It's loading. It's loading. Okay, here we go.
Jeez. It's your first relationship and you're jumping to love. It took aphmau all summer to even just say the words "I love you" to Aaron after knowing him for 10 years and just starting to date him.
Look, some people are fine with it at first, and others are more reserved about it. It really does depend. Again, I've been in both
To be
situations.
fair, I feel like I'll be someone to say I love you first, but I get overly attached to people. It is a bad thing, but I
was gonna say, as far as I'm concerned, if it comes up and the person's actually like mentions, that's just comfortable with that, I'll say, okay, fine, I'll say it. That's okay. I'm not, I don't get super nervous about it or anything. But it really does depend. It's usually, if it gets disclosed beforehand, just to avoid any discomfort.
This is what I mean. No, I don't feel that way about you. I just wanted to have friends and...
Fine! We're through!
You didn't even let him talk.
That's
You're just
exactly the point. Yes, you are through. Well done, Jenny. She's gonna go off and say it was mutual, wasn't it?
Nah, she wasn't. She doesn't. But I honestly, if I were Aaron in this situation, I wouldn't feel bad about it. I'd be like, you know what? You're gonna be over dramatic. I tried to talk to you about it, but you immediately just ran off. You know what? That's on you. That's not on me. I'm sorry. I tried to talk to you about it, but
This scene also brought to you by the 90s/early 2000s, which I guess this is set in, so it tracks.
He said he didn't love me.
Yes.
Oh,
He broke up with you.
there.
You didn't deserve him, and
Did Betty just really give it? Did say there? Who says there unironically?
anyway.
I don't know.
Kathy? Huh?
Oh, nothing.
How can you act like you said nothing? At least show some sympathy.
She can cry over him all she wants. That's not going to change the way she treated him.
Why is the yandere correct in this situation? She's horrible and she's correct somehow.
Yeah, I think Kathy by this point, I've said it before in a few other scenes where she's seeing how much is like spiraling out of control, and she has partially at least snapped by this point. So she's being far more reckless and less concerned about keeping up the facade.
But also, a spoiler for next episode, but she immediately tries to ask out Aaron after he broke up with Jenny. And it's just like,
again, she's snapped. Why waste any more time?
Yeah, but like from a human standpoint, if someone goes through if someone just broke up with someone, most human beings aren't gonna be like, okay, I'll jump into another relationship. Like, no, most people are like, okay, give me time before I do that.
I'll be honest, I don't know too much about the yandere archetype in general. It's not the kind of thing that I tend to engage in. I say after going through my experience today in a yandere Minecraft roleplay that I did the whole way through. But normally, under normal circumstances, no. But it does seem to me that the cartoonish and aggressive side comes out and just makes it seem like they are robots with one-track minds, eventually. Just slowly being whittled down to their base selves. Which I guess would be flanderization in a way, but no, because they normally start off that way. I don't know.
Kim deserves more. Now's my chance.
No, it's not.
And there's the first verbal clarification that, there's something going on here.
He just broke up with her. He's not gonna want to jump into another relationship.
I'm glad that aphmau is, giving more blatant hints to this mystery in the penultimate episode. Actually, you know what? I'm going to check the comments. Because, the description of this episode, it just said, what will Aaron do? I mean, the episode's called The Breakup. It's not rocket science.
I think Aaron will choose to stay with Jenny. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, so, literally the second comment says, Kathy, now's my chance. Me. Wait, what did she say? This isn't good in bold. The first comment is rip Xavier's dignity, cause of death because a girl shot him right. But the second comment is about this thing, so I knew someone was gonna, Aaron's doesn't have that much power over Aaron, neither does Aaron. That was the point that was advice. Yeah. Everyone's talking about the Xavier bits. For the most part.
Bits were better. I'm sorry. I like the Xavier bits better.
Which is a
Jenny is a crazy lady. Jenny lost her marbles the moment she asked out Aaron. Like, everything up to that point, she was fine. But she just lost her marbles after that point in the story.
She derailed like a train in the middle of Ohio.
Exactly.
Yeah, but there's also a comment here that says, what's ironic is after Xavier got kicked in the nuts, Agent R laughed even though he voices Xavier. Okay, okay, I eat Febreze. I don't think you know how voice acting works. If Thanatos has to punish Zack, he's not going to feel bad just because I voice both characters, kind of like that. That was the best example I can think of. I feel like Adam and Felix as well would just, not get on at all.
Yeah, no, they'd
Another
probably
good
be
example.
like, dude, you literally kidnapped someone and experimented on them. I had to do it for my sister. Dude, you kidnapped the child!
And then Felix is like, oh, well, you're one to talk about acting impulsively.
Yeah,
No.
but
How
at
many people
least
of your
I,
actions doomed? How many people have died because of what you did?
listen,
Like-
at least I tried to help people. You just hurt someone. And
I tried to
eventually-
help a person. I love how I became Felix in that conversation.
Right, I will
Like-
fight Felix.
Also, he kidnapped a child, but looking at your fandom, it looks like people majoritively blame the child in that situation.
oh
Which
yeah.
I still don't
Why
understand.
blame the child? The child did not choose to be kidnapped. It wasn't a mutual kidnapping.
Yeah, and then they were like, well, why didn't you say anything about it? I don't think people really understand like how brainwashing works, or the fact that as soon as like any other person was in danger other than herself, Reina immediately does a 180, because she doesn't value her own, let's say, her own self as much as other people in that regard. That was kind of the point, but oh well. Self-worth is an arc to have.
What was that about?
I don't know, but I'm too sad to care.
Something on your mind?
I broke up with that girl.
Broke up? Were you ever really with her?
I just wanted friends. I didn't want this to happen. Sometimes I wonder if even the idea of friends was worth it.
Well, that sounds stupid.
It caused this mess in the first place.
Agent R, you're getting another figurative one. There you go.
Why should
Agent
I have
R
bothered?
has been on point with these one-liners today.
Yeah, I think Aiden mentioned this on call. I think it was last night. I'm not sure, but one of the things that it was the benefits of Falcon University was that it gave us Agent R. Oh wait, that's because you were talking about how it tied into the larger story. Which yeah.
Look, kid, it's better to have tried than to not have tried at all.
Like, here's the thing. I'm gonna say this again. Phoenix Drop High tied in with MyStreet in a way, and tied in with the overall story of MyStreet.
Yeah, because they're written in tandem. Yeah.
Yeah, but F's University had little to no ties to the rest of the story. Again, the only things it did in the grand scheme of MyStreet was give us a bigger look at how abusive Derek was, which doesn't really help his character much, like focusing how abusive he was, since the fact that next season, he's gonna die. But I don't.
It makes us not feel bad for him.
I guess, but I think aphmau's intention with Derek is to make you feel bad when he died. But
Yeah, like he acknowledges the mistakes that he's made, but of course these are the mistakes. We're seeing the mistakes. But actually, Ghosty, see if you can settle this, because what anyone was saying to me yesterday was that was one of the reasons that he doesn't like FCU as much. I personally don't mind that it doesn't tie in too much. I always thought that, I mean, the characters that just going through their things, not necessarily having like a huge story involving, building up to the apocalypse or the Ultima. That was always the MyStreet that I viewed beforehand. So it never really bothered me if there was a different series with these people at a different point in their lives that just doesn't end up affecting the major aspects of the larger world and plot as much. What do you think? Okay, so we have definite yes, definite no, and
Like, one thing I can say is that we get to see this earlier point in their lives, which is, I guess, a good thing.
I still really enjoy the early parts of Falcon Claw University.
Like, the early parts of
forgot about them.
Falcon Claw University are pretty good. I just don't like the fact that it goes off the rails.
Also, there's one fact about Falcon University that means that I have to like it. I think we all know what that one is.
What?
More Nekoet. Again.
Like
Graduation Days and Falcon University gave us Nekoet in MyStreet form. And I'm very grateful for that
Yeah,
fact.
but again, like the only things that Falcon Claw did was Agent R's character, seeing the extent of Derek's abuse,
The plush.
and no, the plush doesn't count. I'm talking about overall MyStreet effect. And
Okay,
then it also had a brief mention in one episode about previous Ultimate attacks like many years ago, which get brought up in season 6.
Yeah,
So
that
only
actually contradicts. That contradicts season 6. Because actually that was mentioned to be like a century ago, which means that Aaron's grandfather would have been over 100 years old by 2008. So how was he when he had Derek? That's my question.
35. 135.
Okay. All right then.
Fuck
I
it.
guess
This continuity is a mess. I don't want to be here anymore.
aphmau continuity's always been kind of a mess.
It's just
so.
just like an old man finally snapping at like the end of his days, just being like, "I'm gonna go out in one last blaze of glory." No regrets. Anyway, yeah.
You made a mistake, and you fixed it.
I also had an image while we were talking about that. It's like, if Neko had been introduced in Falcon University, where would she have come into? And it would have had to have been in season 6, and now I have a vision of Nekoet trying to going to like the door of the apartment where like everyone's hiding, trying to sell meat for Scout cookies, and Zane having to deal with her. But here's the catch: Nekoet comes back a second time and learns the secret knock, so she has to be let in by Zane's own rules. I don't know. That would have ruined everything, but I don't care. It's Nekoet. Moving on.
Why do I feel horrible about it?
That happens sometimes.
That wouldn't have worked because tone. Season 6 tone.
Yes,
was
I know. I know when it works because of tone. That's why I said that, but I don't care. It's Nekoet.
At the end of the day, what matters is that you know you did the right thing. Or at least tried to. Right?
I did.
Ironically, that actually kind of, that sentence could have also applied to Agent R himself. Another comment in here was talking about no one mentioning the agent who just risked his entire job just for the sake of Aaron. And yeah, that's very true. He did exactly what he said here, just because he did what he thought was right, or at least tried to.
But I guess I could have explained things better.
If you feel that way.
I mean, you could have explained things better, but Jenny wouldn't let you talk, so...
Jenny just ran off crying.
Then why don't you go and do it?
You know what? Yeah. I'll go and try to give it a shot.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Yeah. It's like...
Or you're gonna lose the plot.
Yeah, reconsider what you sought. Yeah.
Thanks.
Which, yes, see, I do write songs for gacha. Occasionally.
And Derek comes out of the bathroom.
You are fired.
And you are a terrible father.
Yeah, but he knows.
Mr. Lycan, I didn't realize you were on
Wow,
campus still.
Listen, I'm sorry I'm parenting your son better than you are.
Yeah, true. He's got to get rid of that competition, you know?
Please allow me to explain.
I've seen enough. Your reports didn't match up with the other agents. And frankly, I just witnessed you allowing my son, who I told you to keep under close watch, walk out on his own.
Yeah, if he hadn't done this last bit here and told Aaron to go after Jenny, he would have been fine and in the clear. It's a shame, but that does happen sometimes. Not going to fault the episode for that.
How dare he not help you abuse him? How dare he? You great father. You're such a good dad, Derek. You didn't deserve to die in season 6. It's not like you literally sold forever potions. No, it's not like you allegedly hurt someone as the Ultima before. You know, it's not like
Like-
you did any of that because you're
Right.
such
Not
a good
himself,
dad. You're a good father.
Move away from your mic a bit, please. But yes,
Okay,
Aiden intensifies.
guys, I just
those are
have
the audio levels.
I just have the mental image of Aiden picking up a coffee mug that says "World's Best Dad" from from Derek's desk and smashing it on the floor.
It's like a slow motion, black and white, silent expressionist film or something. I don't know. You know, Cats in the Cradle is playing in the background.
Missed from this assignment.
He's still there. Has no one like helped him up? Was he not recovered himself? What? Really?
Nah.
It's it.
I mean, I will say, I know that hurts when that happens to you, but, you know, you don't stay down for that long, usually. Unless aphmau really kicked him.
I can't believe I let that happen!
Yeah, it's almost like, again, maybe you suck, Xavier.
I'll expose you! I swear it!
I love how he vows revenge on Aaron for something that aphmau did to him. Okay, sure, whatever. What is he, a Greek god?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. You know, it occurs to me, what if there's somebody who watches, who comes across MyStreet, and because, you know, they're watching years later, they don't know about the upload orders, they weren't there when the episodes were brand new and everything. What if they just end up thinking that MyStreet is only the 6 seasons, and they just go by the numbers? So they miss out on episode 3.5 because it's not numbered. No, sorry, season 3.5 is not numbered. They don't know about Phoenix Drop High, and they don't know about Fungal University. I do wonder, like, how confused they would be, like how the experience would differ depending on like how far they go along. I mean, the Ian twist just flat out doesn't work. For example, if you do it that way, Agent R's appearance, of course, you have to watch Fungal University to really understand that. So it does make me wonder. It's kind of like that pitch meeting of Spider-Man No Way Home, where one of the jokes is that the screenwriter is saying like, oh, I think we can get Alfred Molina to come back in. It's like, oh yes, he was fantastic in Chocolat. It's like, no, because he played Dr. Octopus. Okay, you have to sit down and watch like 5 movies, or this doesn't work. It's an interesting aspect of you know, but I mean, on YouTube, of course, the culture kind of supports that because you just go on and watch them at any time. But if you don't know any better, I do wonder. Maybe one time, and you know, when I have like an off day or something, I'll go through season 1 and for 2 through to 6 and see just how many things don't line up without the prequels.
Oh, also, I will say I do have one gripe with us. We'll have more gripes of the series, but I wanted to mention another gripe of the series. F's University didn't have a playlist. Phoenix Drop High season 2 had a playlist. F's University doesn't have a playlist, official playlist from aphmau's channel.
I did have a gripe with that because obviously I have to go and look up these videos every time. So, but
I mean, fans made playlists.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've been using the whole time. Yeah, fan made playlists. In fact, season 3.5, exact same issue. But then again, how do you categorize those? Because they're not really an official season at all. But yeah, the fans really did, you know, have that covered. So, you know, so I guess special shout out to Captain Aviator for the playlist that I've been using this whole time through about 5 years later. There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's even a fan playlist for everything in chronological order.
Well, yeah, that was by Write It Out. That was actually part of the reason that he made that video in the first place.
No, I mean, like, there's an actual playlist of all the MyStreet episodes in it.
Oh, I see.
You know,
Right,
someone needs to be out there doing God's work.
Exactly.
Well, yeah,
if aphmau
again,
won't do it, someone else will have to do it. Which I really think, again, from a marketing standpoint, there really should have been playlists. Like, there really, like, all the role plays should have had a playlist. Like, just from a marketing standpoint, having a playlist, because, like, a lot of our series had a playlist and it was easier to find things. Now, some series didn't flat out update the playlist. Like, there's only 11 episodes in the Mermaid Tales playlist when there were 15 episodes. So it's just, I don't know. I have gripes.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, it's interesting how she seems to condemn Ultra Nova, but that one actually is, I believe, complete anyway in the playlist. Weird where the priorities lie, but then again, you know, sometimes you miss out the odd video, you forget to create the odd voice actor. Yeah, it's things that happen.
But from a playlist stamp, from
marketing.
Yeah, with Ultra Nova, why she may consider that series a failure is the views weren't there for the budget she put into it. Because keep in mind, Ultra Nova, everyone was a 3D model. We're not going Minecraft skin logic where it's like, hey, bin of trash, can you make some skins? Cool. And it was like, hey, team, we're going to sit down and 3D model them. We're going to give them animated mouths. We're going to give them expressions. And we're going to give them multiple outfits.
People thought that the models were terrifying, but honestly, looking back, they kind of look like prototype gacha characters, almost.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
3D,
I don't think the models are terrible, but it's just kind of weird. I don't know. It's still in Minecraft. Like, Ultra Nova still took place in Minecraft. Just the characters weren't Minecraft.
Yeah, I don't know. I personally don't care this models. It's still my second favorite aphmau roleplay. So
again, but like the budget of that is pretty high because you have to model every character.
Yes, I understand that. Yeah, and it's just as weird because, like, you know, I guess Keston brought it up in one of the Never Have I Evers, and Jess just like recoiled. So that must have been like a really high, like extreme difference between views and budgets.
Be right back.
Going to that. Oh well.
Wait, you do realize Keston doesn't actually film anything. He records voice lines. Although I don't know.
How does that change? No, yeah.
Well, yeah, but he
was in the video. That's why he said that in the video.
Yeah.
I mean,
Although what was Keston a voice actor in Ultra Nova? I don't think he voice acted in that series.
I'd be surprised if he didn't voice like a single person, but he would at least been aware of it because he is the voice actor that has watched the most of aphmau's content.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure, like before he started voicing Zane, like he literally watched a bunch of MCD.
Well, yeah, to get the context, yeah, which you're not required to do. You know, I will say to all those people in the Mutant Girl, I know I have sent people scenes for a reason to based on what you do. But I've taken clips. I've made sure that like you're not required to see the full series, but at the very least, if you're gonna audition for a character, at least check out the scene in the original version that I am sending to you for your viewing pleasure and, you know, practice. But yeah, that's my standpoint anyway. Similar enough. Okay, so about the episode in question, it's strange. Again, goes to you. You brought up a good point before. It has like 5 points where I could have had a Levi drink, which is interesting, considering how far along we are into the descent of this series.
Like, this is one of the better episodes post second antagonist this series has had. Yeah.
There's got to be like, you know, like a distinction. It's like episode 20. I think it's episode 22 when Xavier shows up. It's like you got to have pre-Xavier and post-Xavier Falcon Claw University, and they just seem to be different beasts. Which, yeah, I mean, if it elevates the previous part of it, I'm perfectly fine with using that excuse. Yeah, you know, I'll say that now. Pre-Xavier Falcon Claw University, great series. Make a playlist. Watch it. Captain Aviator. I sound like I'm doing a Rick and Morty thing. Falcon University, 100 years, several playlists. Captain Aviator, aphmau.youtube.com. Falcon Claw Adventures. Anyway, I guess again where it kind of falls a little bit is, well, of course, the title. It's ironically enough, like Phoenix Drop High Season 2, where the title features is like one part of the episode and everything else is completely irrelevant. I mean, some of it seems to be building up. I mean, Aaron's, untextured hoodie thing, that was all to do with with his avoidance of Jenny. But we didn't even get to see much of Jenny until then. What would have also been nice is a little bit of Jenny and Kathy. Well, particularly that scene where they're going around the corner. Maybe Jenny sees Aaron for a split second. She's like, "I thought I saw Aaron for a second there." And Kathy, who of course by this point is partially snapped, actually lashes out at her as like, "Well, like? You're still so obsessed with him. What is wrong with you? You're treating him so badly," and blah blah blah. And that's the first time she takes Aaron's side directly. And at the end, it's revealed, "Oh, this is my chance." Because given this, obviously you have to unveil the mystery bit by bit, but this is the first time that Kathy's been so obvious to the audience, at least on first viewing. Because on second viewing, we catch up on all the clues that I mentioned before and the early parts of the series that I still hold so dear. But this part, for the first time viewers, it's like, oh, well, I guess now we're going to, revive that mystery we haven't really been exploring for a while. And also, it's becoming clear who it is. I mean, it's not like Detective Ken was at all useful to figure that one out. I miss Ken and Diana. Xavier got rid of them too, clearly. Wouldn't it have been so fun to have Ken and Xavier together, considering that, well, I mean, we did have them for a bit, the beach episode, but after that, I mean...
After that, they kind of fell off the face of the planet.
Yes, Xavier, like Detective Ken... I get the best way to do that, I guess, would be he doesn't find out who the culprit is of the letters, but what he does end up discovering more and more of is the agent's presence in the school, the government. Well, not the government because they're private hire, but still, you know what I mean. He thinks it's the government, and he already had that suspicion with Agent R and a bit with Xavier. So it would have been perfect. Again, missed opportunities here.
Like this season is full of missed opportunities.
Maybe that's why it stands out as being so bad to people, because they got invested in it and then it let them down. So it's like with Phoenix Drop Days. It's a Phoenix Drop Days ruined everything in one episode. This at least had the decency to prolong our suffering. Yeah, I think that really is it, because I've said this before, but people seem to be judging every series of MyStreet by its ending, rather than like everything that came before it. Emerald Secret has the opposite problem, where the first 3 quarters are very, very dull in comparison to everything else MyStreet, and then you have the 5 exceptional scenes where it was like, Emerald Secret was so great, it's my favorite of all of the aphmau seasons, and just go blah blah blah, all of that. Whereas again, I like the less connected, character-driven, sometimes more light-hearted elements that I, stick with me a lot more. If I end up forgetting, a few of them along the way, because there were like 300 episodes of this. But yeah, I've talked to Maya about this with Love Paradise, and mentioning the ending. When I was like, "Oh, the ending was so good for Love of Paradise." Like, yes, it was, but the middle, had Sylvana at her worst, the return of Jean as at least a somewhat antagonistic force, and
Jean's return
Caitlin Travis's argument.
The thing with Jean in season 2 is, I feel like Ivy's redemption arc was handled well, but Jean's redemption arc was handled horribly, because we didn't even in season 2. I thought his more or less pseudo redemption arc in season 3 was handled better.
Yes,
but in season 2,
it's ironic. He got given his own season to do that in, outside of Love of Paradise, and it was way better. Just like Xavier should have had his own season after this, and then that whole thing is history repeating itself.
I don't like Jean's redemption arc, quote unquote, because he didn't even go out of his way to be redeemed. Like Ivy, like we saw her like show how she's apologetic and how she feels bad for the past. But we never really fleshed that out in season 2 with Jean. We never fleshed out how bad he feels and like how he's sorry. They use the time jump as an excuse of, well, now he's better, now he's different. It's like, okay, but when Ivy
We
came
also
back,
have
he felt
yeah.
bad for the past.
We
So
also
why
have the
can't Queen
incredible
feel
roller.
bad?
We also have the incredible roller coaster of Dante and Jenna, and also Nicole.
Jenna was
Yeah,
such a
see,
waste
this
of
is what I
opportunity.
mean. But people remember the ending, and that's what they judge it by. It's the same. It's the same with Emerald Secret. It's the same with Falcon Claw University, only in reverse, and Phoenix Drop Days in reverse as well.
Like,
Because
I
yeah,
didn't.
episodes 1 through 10 of Phoenix Drop Days still very fun to go through. Episode 11, bleh.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this now. I didn't watch this season when it came out. But now that I'm watching it, yeah, I think I made a good decision there.
Like, but the
Actually,
thing
you know
is,
what? I'll
like,
ask you. Were you confused as to who Agent R was when you saw season 6 for the first time? He was in
No,
literally the
I was
first
like,
scene.
my younger me looked at him and was like, "Oh, cool super agent. He must have like entered the series in the season that I skipped."
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, okay.
I
I
mean,
was
to be
like,
fair, Agent R didn't even necessarily need to be introduced in here because, like, Agent R could literally just be like, because we know from like Emerald Secret, and for what we know in Phoenix Drop High season 2, we know that Aaron had tons of agents around him. So another person named Agent R coming back into Aaron's life and Aaron recognizing him isn't necessarily too much of a stretch to say that he had the agent when he was like under his father's thumb. I mean, it's not really that much of a stretch to assume that was the case.
Yeah, I mean, at least we're in the age where aphmau will occasionally let the audience assume things, unlike in the early days where everything had to be spelled out. So there is that
Yeah.
improvement, at least, from, going forward. But yeah, as far as this episode goes, it's definitely, that, a light within, just a pit of darkness, it seems.
Yeah. So wait, Jacob, was I right?
Well, oh, what you mean about Falcon Claw as a whole? I've just been going over the fact people judge everything by the ending and how much I enjoy the earlier parts, so I'm still inclined to say no at the moment, but we have one more episode to go, so it's all to be
But the
decided.
statement I made originally was Falcon Claw lost the plot halfway through and got worse over time. That was pretty much what I was saying.
I've been saying that for ages. In fact, I think I said that around the first time Xavier was even brought up, I mentioned that.
Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I do agree with you, though. Xavier deserved his own season. Like, if Falcon Claw got a second season, that would have been the perfect time for Xavier to be introduced. Or here's what they could have did. So, the first half of Falcon Claw, like, from episode 1 to episode 15, it's all about the Ginny and Aaron arc, and it was condensed into only 15 episodes instead of the 30 we got for that whole arc. And then episode 16 through 30 was the Xavier arc, where we focus on Xavier as the antagonist, and he gets the spotlight. That way we have a focused story for each half of the season. But if with proper pacing and with a little bit of planning out, you can actually have a decent arc for both of those. Obviously, aphmau probably won't write down a plan of what would happen each episode.
No, we know she didn't do that based on the
That's on
Discord
her.
message.
I mean, I think she started planning out like how she wanted to do things, at least with MyStreet, at least starting with season 4, maybe a bit of season 5. But I think season 5 was generally on the fly, and I think season 6 was completely planned out, or at least that's.
I would say season 3 was a point where it's like, we have a very clear end goal here, because that was stuff was set up in the bigger move, and it drove a little bit of the thing before that, which is why again season 3 still think that's the best balance out of the two halves people crave in MyStreet nowadays.
I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, but then aphmau wouldn't have time for filler in those 15 episode like halves of the season. To be fair, she wouldn't really have much time, if any.
That wouldn't be an issue for you then.
Oh no, I don't have an issue with it, but aphmau as a creator likes filler for some reason. I mean, granted, she gets more of a chance for filler, because obviously, if I include a lot of filler in Fallen Angels, we're never going to get back to the plot in a timely manner.
Yeah, exactly. I've said this before, but if I actually had time to go into different into other aspects of the musical, I'd be able to produce that in a much faster manner. Then yes, there would be filler for a lot of stuff because
I
why
mean,
not
I
explore the characters for a
I
bit?
would love to actually do like a 30 episode Fallen Angel season like that. That would
Yeah.
be amazing. But is that realistic? Hell no, that ain't realistic. I ain't never gonna be
Yeah.
able to do that.
Yeah. So what you were saying before about the half and half, I don't think necessarily should have been half and half. Not necessarily, it's because we had before Xavier showed up, there was a lot of build up for like at least until sometime like the late teens of episodes where the detective plot came in, where we had some of the filler episodes where aphmau's psyche was degrading, Detective 10 came along, Diana and Jenny as red herrings. A lot of that was very interesting. If that had all wrapped up before Xavier showed up, that honestly we wouldn't be having these issues right now. Because Aaron still had the whole agents thing, so it doesn't come out of nowhere. So yeah, second season or anything, but either way, I guess the overlying thing is wrap up the Jenny stuff first, and I guess that is. Actually, no, I was about to say it's kind of what happened here to tie up this video and segue into the outro, but no, that's not what happened here. We still have more to go. Jenny's out of the picture, but of course, there's still one main hussy to deal with. And we shall deal with that main hussy in the next episode on the 21st, Leaving the Past Behind. The finale. Same time.
We
same
had
pla-
it. We
Gosh
had another.
darn it, I had the best outro. Why? Every
Wow,
time.
Ghosty, wow.
Every time.
You're
I
the
have
best
the
man
best
try.
segues and they get ruined.
Because Jacob, I need to ruin everything for you. It's my contractual obligation.
Okay, right, sure.
Anyway, now you may continue.
What do you mean I may continue? What were you going to say?
I was gonna say, wait, now that the other red herring has disappeared.
Yeah.
Gone with the wind.
Absolutely. One red herring is gone. The other one just got written out of the show, namely Diana. So it's only aphmau left.
I know.
And that...
I'm upset about the whole Diana thing. I love Diana. No, I'm going to talk about this. I love Diana. Her skin is beautiful. The way she's designed is beautiful. It's a great skin. The
Why
red and black hair.
Vibes in that sentence.
No, the way her skin is. I love Minecraft skins. We've been over this.
I know. It sounds like Harry and Ron, in the Half-Blood Prince movie, where they're like, "Oh, attractive. Yeah, attractive. She's got nice skin." You're saying DJ my sister because of her skin.
Wait, she had red and black hair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She had like black hair with like lots of red highlights throughout it. I forgot you're colorblind. Sorry.
Yeah. So similar color scheme to Aaron himself, actually, just different balance.
Yeah, but like Diana as a character was good. I liked her voice actress. She sounded good. It was interesting. And then halfway through the story, she was gone. She came back for the beach episode randomly. And I don't even know how Xavier knew her or knew she was even associated with Aaron at any point. But that was never explained.
Maybe he screamed to the high heavens they needed a date to go on this beach trip, and mentioned Aaron by name, and Diana was summoned by the powers that be.
I don't know.
Namely her
but
hormones.
and then Diana disappears, and then she only briefly mentioned in the finale where how Kathy's going on her
which
like
we
evil
will get
villain
to.
monologue.
We will get to the finale next time.
Also, I hate how in the finale that Mac and Jenny are hinted.
She
is
is spoiling it.
Great. No, okay.
Look, I may or may not be here for the finale. I have work half the time. I need to say my piece real quick. The whole hinting that Mac.
I'm kidding. I'll put him back.
I will murder you, Jacob. I will fly over to the UK.
I have all the
find
power.
you.
I have all of the power.
Okay, but no, like I hate how they hint in the finale that Mac and Jenny may become a thing one day. And it's just like the whole point of Mac was that he had to let go of Jenny and had to move on. That was the whole point. And then the moment he stops being creepy, Jenny's like, maybe I could be with him. Maybe, I don't know. It's like,
Jenny
that
likes the
is
chase.
the whole point!
Meanwhile, I'm just
Jenny
over
likes
here
the
like
chase,
Mac,
honestly.
Mac, run! You run, boy,
Run!
run!
This lady is insane!
Yeah, making
She
a
will
huge
hurt
mistake.
you!
Yeah, I think Jenny just loves the chase. I'll be honest. You know,
Jenny just
as soon as she's not being chased, like, oh, well, why is it not giving me as much attention anymore? Even though I shunned his attention several times. There are people like that, so you know, wouldn't put it past her.
Also,
considering everything
I
else.
need to comment on this art real quick.
Of course
For
you do.
starters,
Please proceed.
aphmau and summer community posts has like purplish hair, even though her hair is meant to be black. I don't know why the artist like gives her hair like a dark purple vibe. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know why she keeps instructing that. It's consistent and kind of weird. But
I would normally say highlights, but we know for a fact that Sylvana hates when aphmau dyes her hair, so that can't be it.
So no, and then like in this art, aphmau's hair has a purple hue to it, like a saturated purple hue, and Aaron's hair, instead of being black, you know what color it is? Like a saturated brown. His hair isn't even black in this art.
It's not as bad as Zane's hair. It's not as bad as Zane's hair in season 6, which goes brown for literally no reason.
Oh no, it's actually not brown. That aphmau said it is meant to be a buzz cut.
Okay. It was definitely a brown buzz cut, but unless
it's not brown, it's gray.
Unless his head is just.
But no, I'm just questioning this art. This art is just like, it's beautiful, but at the same time, it's like, no, the hair colors are wrong. They're both wrong. Jason may have brown hair, but Jason ain't Aaron.
I mean, yeah, Jason wears glasses as well. We've never seen Aaron do that.
Actually, good question. Aaron has worn glasses before. He doesn't need them to see, but he's wore like reading glasses.
Hold on, actually, here's a question: what happens if an Ultima werewolf wears glasses? Does that mean that if the eye is transformed, like it's only like because their light's refracted from them, that the person is only like partially cursed, or they don't end up dying? Is that how that would work?
We have no idea.
That's like asking the question, if Medusa's wearing just glasses and not sunglasses, like literal just regular reading glasses, does her powers work? That's like asking that.
I don't know. Perseus defeats her with a mirror, so it's the same basic concept, not direct eye contact. In fact, the Chamber of Secrets, go back to Harry Potter again, the basilisk operates on the same logic. No one looks at it directly, so no one dies. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. So yeah, who knows? Maybe that's something that Aaron should have considered, or Derek for that matter. Derek doesn't consider anything until it's way too late. So, whatever. He thought that Aaron got married one time, like without telling him. So there's that.
I mean, to be fair, if I were Aaron, I wouldn't invite my terrible family to my wedding. I'll be like, you know what? You don't deserve to come to my wedding. You all suck.
I guess he wasn't being watched by that point, so how would Derek know? Yeah, fair point.
Also, I wasn't here for the Wolf's plush stuff, and I want to say this real quick as well.
There wasn't anything in this episode about the wolf plush, really.
And like the wolf's tail, Phoenix so high thing.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. Okay, sure.
I personally hated how Melissa acted in that. She acted like MyStreet aphmau's year / season 5 Melissa versus more like season 3 Melissa. Because here's the thing, it was stated in the bigger move that Melissa went off to like college and then and was always cold to Aaron ever since. And at that point, she was still going to college, so she was supposed to be cold to Aaron, but she acted semi-nice. Like, she's supposed to be ice cold towards Aaron. Like, she's supposed to barely,
There is that, yeah. It's as well the unfortunate times where the arcs don't coincide, unlike with Zane, where you can't avoid it. But,
why did Derek want Aaron to be the head of the Lycan Corporation? He's the Ultima.
I already asked this question as soon as it was brought up in season 3. We had a whole hour-long, almost, or half an hour at least, debate about that.
He is the Ultima, for crying out loud.
But so's Derek, and he's the head now.
Yeah, but if he's the CEO, that just puts more focus on Aaron. Aaron has to attend to business meetings. Aaron is just the head of the company. Aaron's a public figure.
Yeah.
Doesn't it
Also-
defeat the purpose of like having Aaron, be away from people? Like he would literally be in.
I've just
He'd have to
I've
be
just
near
realized
people.
something. I've just realized something. You know, Derek, the reason that he says he did all these things for Aaron is because he needs to learn to control his anger, and Derek himself has controlled his anger over the years, and now can barely even go Ultima or anything like that, according to what he says to Michael, which could have been a lie to cover his own tracks, which obviously makes perfect logical sense anyway, because why would you tell Michael that information? But maybe he's actually is like way older than we think he is. Like maybe the attack was centuries ago, and it just turns out that Derek has been, going to therapy or meditating for like 50 years, and we just didn't realize until now.
I don't know. aphmau lore is confusing.
aphmau lore is confusing. Yes. It's almost like if you mention one thing in a one-off conversation, it ends up coming back to bite you in the end. Like, remember how Lucinda and Kawaii-chan had a maid cafe together at one point? No, of course not, because it never comes up again. But that was the reason behind like their rivalry, which is a remnant from Minecraft Diaries that doesn't play into anything and doesn't get brought up when it's mentioned that there's mentioned that they're going to make a maid cafe, and Lucinda doesn't bring that up ever. I don't know. Yeah, so examples like that. Okay, I've run out of outros. Anything else that you want to go over, just in case you don't end up coming here for the finale?
I'm good, unless we want the stream to go on for another 2 hours.
Yeah, no, I don't get any more watch hours on Twitch. That's not how it works. So,
Please, let's stop, please.
Actually, when this video premieres, I'll get more. But whatever. We'll deal with that as it comes. So yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't have any more segues. I've run out of segues. We'll see you in the finale, everyone, which is going to be on the 21st. Same time, same place, 5 years later. Until then, please leave a like or dislike, because your opinion matters. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you're on Twitch, follow if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to these two. And on that note, until next time,
farewell.
Farewell.
Drugs.